Customer care is one of the topics of sales and marketing class. And of course, it is very essential, very important for the fact that sales is responsible for bringing revenue to the organization. But this revenue comes from customers who buy from what we sell. Therefore, it is important to take care of all the customers that are in the organization. So that's why it is important to, first and foremost, understand customer care. Is this your first time? Michelle, is this your first time?
Pardon?
Is this your first class?
No, it's not.
Good. So I want us to look at those key areas I've highlighted there. You see that yellow highlight on the course outline?
Yes, I do.
Right. We want to look at meaning of customer care, roles played by customer care department, the key or essentials or aspects of customer service or customer care. We'll also look at sources of customers' complaints. And of course, we look at benefits or importance of customer care. We look at some of the impact or effect of poor customer service and how to achieve customer loyalty. Then advantages and disadvantages of various methods of soliciting for customers' complaints. So that is a cutout of what you're supposed to do. Still, you are the only one in the portal, but we might not wait. We believe others will join us as we do our discussion. We might look at a few questions related to the past papers so that we can get oriented on how the questions in this look like. Right. So let me share with you maybe some areas that we might be able to look at. So what I'm going to share with you is some notes as we do our discussion. So the first, let me. I believe you're able to see that page. Customer care. I'll be highlighting key concepts so that you can be able to see well. So first and foremost, what does customer care means? I believe this is an area that most of us customers are well versed with because we have all been customers at one point. And I have heard you trying to go buy something. So it's something that you are very, very much familiar with. and it's quite important. At any given point, we have bought a thing and we're either satisfied or dissatisfied with that product's performance. So we can see that customer care are activities that of looking after the customers and enhancing their satisfaction with the goods they purchase. That activities of looking after the customer and enhancing their satisfaction. Remember when we started, we talked about marketing. We said it's about the management processes of identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customers' needs. So you can remember identifying and anticipating and satisfaction. So you can see satisfaction is here. So the essential thing about engaging with customers is that they are satisfied at the end of the day. Secondly, or additionally, we can see that customer care is a process of looking after customers to best ensure that their satisfaction with the business interaction in terms of what brands do they interact with, what kind of business are they interacting with. Are we together? Good. So next, we want to look at some of the roles of customer care. Roles, we talk about these roles in terms of activities that customer care department does. Activities that customer care department does. So this can also be called importances. We can also refer to them as key benefits, but one, we can see that it maintains positive attitude, professional attitude towards customers at all times, respond promptly to customers' inquiries, to communicate to customers through various channels. So communication, response, maintaining positive attitude, acknowledging and resolving customers' complaints and issues, very important roles. Knowing the product in and out for effective answering of customers' questions about that product. Activities like processing orders, that a business needs to process orders. They need to keep records of interaction, that is ensuring that records of interaction, transaction, comments, complaints are kept in a way that they are able to be retrieved. Coordinate activities, especially when there are colleagues who work at the sales department, for example, who deals with customers. Provide feedback on efficiency of customer service processes. It's also related to managing a team of customer service representatives, those people who deal with customers. And then, of course, ensuring customer satisfaction and with customers. So these activities are very essential. So in other words, we can say that customer service improves customer satisfaction. It also improves the image of the firm. It improves the image of the firm. Then also we can say it improves the selling process. That is, activities that relate to selling. Those activities, those step-by-step selling process are improved when there is positive relationship with customers. Because taking into consideration all these issues here, if they are effectively implemented, then they can improve the process of selling. Of course, positive customer care also improves or deals with or improves or help maintain revenue of a company, especially even when times are not good business-wise. The company can be able to maintain their revenue at a better level over and above the general economy. Very important is that customers tend to remain loyal to organizations when they are well cared for. And can also see that through customer care or customer service, a network of trusted customer can be generated. You find that businesses are able to maintain a network of trusted customers. It is very important to have customer care programs running and relevant. Another key thing that is important is that when customers are well cared for, they value the organization, and that translates to more income. And this income translates to better pay for the customer service team or the employees at large. And then it reduces their turnover. So such are important aspects that need to be considered. Are we together? Good. The next thing we want to look at is essentials of customer care. Essential of customer care, what we refer to as key aspects that define customer care. So we talk of aspects or key aspects, or we can call them features of customer care. Sometimes we can call them fundamental principles of customer care. One key aspect that is important is ensuring quality customer service. Ensuring quality customer service provided at all times. When engaging with customers, ensure that you provide quality service. Secondly, there must be clear communication. And clarity in communication ensures that important message or information is not left out, and that communication about availability of product or the right service customer want can be clearly transmitted to the customer so that they can make the informed decisions. Then we have monitoring of customers' needs. Very important, ensuring that whatever customers requested for is provided according to their specifications. Very important, because for any business to succeed, then they must be able to get to understand what customers' requirement is and provide it almost to the letter, because that is what builds satisfaction. Fourth, we can talk about attentiveness to customers. Attentiveness is on the part of customer service personnel. They should be attentive to get to understand what customers really want, or be willing to listen, willing to empathize, willing to place themselves in the shoes of the customers. Another key aspect is patience. Patience comes in when a customer service provider is expected to bear or to understand customers from their position. Sometimes you may meet customers who are not happy or who are complaining or who have an issue. And how do you handle them? Are you going to confront them with a fight, or are you going to calm them down? So in this case, it requires a lot of patience in handling customers. Sometimes they want to buy, but they take time. They take time because they want to get to know about the product more. They want to compare brands here and there. Therefore, it is important to maintain your patience and allow them to perform at a pace that is comfortable to them. Another key aspect that is important is knowledge. Customer service must be based or must be anchored onto a platform of knowledge. That is knowledge of product. Get to know your product as a business. Understand them all so that you can give the right information. Get to know your organization's policies. Get to understand what the company wants, what the company's aspirations are, what their objectives are. Get to know your customers, know what they want, know their consumer behavior, know where they come from, know and understand what drives them. Get to know your competitors so that you understand your competitors' products in a way that you can be able to give a objective comparison of your product and your competitors' products. And then, of course, get to have knowledge on selling skills, aspects, ability to handle and deal with customers. We have a good communication. It's a way of understanding how to deal with customers. Then the use of positive language is also a must. At all time, ensure that you use positive language so that you are effective in handling customers. Then, of course, lastly, time management. There's no time to waste. Therefore, it is important to use your time well, divide your time, prioritize in a way that you can be able to deal with urgent issues and deal with issues on merit based on the time required for each particular item. Are we together? Yes. The next area that I wanted us to look at was activities of customer care department. Of course, some of the roles we mentioned up there can be considered as activities of customer care because we had mentioned them earlier on. But of course, it is also important to know that what is customer care department doing? What are they handling? What kind of issues are they taking care of? One, providing guidance and direction. Many a times you find that the customer care is in a position where they can give direction, provide guidance to any clients who come to the organization to make the purchase, to solve customers' problem. We had heard about that earlier. Respond to customers' complaints. We did that. We heard about that. Obtain customers' feedback, very important role. Feedback will be able to look at ways of soliciting for customers' feedback or getting to collect data from customers, how to collect those feedbacks. We'll be looking at them later on. Then handling customers' correspondences. These are information, messages, letters, emails that you receive from customers making of inquiries, asking for a product, making suggestions here and there. Then it is the duty of customer care to handle those information so that they can be useful to the organization. And of course, providing sales assistance, as we had looked at earlier. So maybe, I believe you have taken a note of that. Of course, the last one was scheduling appointments. Now, good. I want to put this question to you. What do you think are the impact of or effect of poor customer service? Let me hear your input. Effects of poor customer service. Effect of poor customer service. How does poor customer service affect the business? What do you think? What do you think? Caroline, welcome back. What do you think? What are the effects of poor customer service? Mhm. What are the effects of poor customer service? Yes, you're working at a restaurant and then customers begin complaining that there is poor service. There is something wrong. How does it affect the organization? Dissatisfied customer, yes, dissatisfaction. Business can lose. Drop in sales. Yes, negative public relation. Yes, very good. Poor image of the firm. Fantastic. Very good, very good. Key points. What else? We have negative word of mouth. Negative word of mouth. So, poor customer service, what we can say is that can lead to all that which we have mentioned. Poor customer service can lead to dissatisfied customers plus those which you have mentioned. It leads to dissatisfaction, customers failing to receive positive, organization failing to receive positive recommendation from customers, loss of business, that is loss of income. Customers may choose your competitors instead of you. Negative publicity, the whole negative PR or bad image can also lead to staff turnover because of tarnished name, poor services. Many employees do not want to be associated with poor services. Reduced sales, of course. They can all lead to all these things we're talking about. Good. So that's this area is well done. Next key areas wanted to look at sources of customers' complaints. Sources of customers' complaints. We talk about sources of customers' complaints. Can be reasons why customers complain. One reason is poor services. If you give services that do not measure up with customers' expectations, they will complain. Like maybe delays, maybe condition of service is not right. They have to wait on queues or on lines. You go to a restaurant, for example, you place your orders. It takes like 30 minutes to be responded to. You realize that things are not in place, you have to keep on asking this, asking that. They bring you food, it is cold. They bring you tea or coffee. You wanted it hot, but it is lukewarm. Poor services. You go to maybe a school, you go to service points, no one wants to care about what your needs. So poor services. Lack of courtesy. This is how the language you use when addressing your customers. You rudely talk to your customers, one who, for example, do not show respect to people, to customers, lack of courtesy. Poor quality product. When product does not measure up to expectation, it leads to bad service. Disregard to customers' needs. A customer places an order according to their specification, then you come up with your own specification. In other words, you go to a fashion designer, you give them your type of design, and then they make something else. What happens? Complaints. Failure to keep promises to customer. You promise heaven, but you give hell. Or you promise something we are not able to deliver. Another key thing is overcharging customers, that they feel that whatever they pay for is not what they get. That is, you provide no value for money. Customer feel that your goods are overpriced compared to the value that they receive. Then when the business lack variety of ways of handling customers, for example, you just keep on the same way you provided the service, is the same way you don't come up with variety, you don't come up with new ways that will make customers refreshed. Another key issue that is failure to maintain price stability. Like today, now that normally interferes with the budget of the customers. Like they are budgeted that this item is this cost, and then they find that within a day or 2 days, the price have changed. The following day, so the unstable prices sometimes make customers to not want to engage or to deal with that particular organization. Good. What other complaints? You have all been customers. We'll start asking one by one. You have all been customers, and I want to know. Michelle, you have been a customer. Have you ever complained? Michelle, you have been a customer. Have you ever complained? And what was the reason for your complaint? So everyone to write the reason for their complaints, because I believe up to this time, there was one day, a situation arose when you bought a product, you paid for a service, but you are not happy about that particular service. Or you went to a service point, but the way they treated you, the way they handled you did not make you happy. So let me hear experiences. Caroline, you are on. Can you talk to us? Are we together? Yes, are we together?
Yes.
Give us your.
I went to a fast food. The first thing, the waiter took a lot of time to take my order, and after she took my order, she brought the wrong order, something that I had not ordered for, and she took and after finishing the meal, she took too long to return the change that I had to leave it.
That's a very yes. Lack of courtesy, poor service. That is poor service. That's a good. That's a very good contribution there, Caroline. Thank you. Let's hear from Helen. Helen Bithe. Helen, your experience. Is Helen there? Or you want to write it down, Helen? Helen is writing. Let's hear from Catherine. Catherine, welcome. What is your experience, Catherine? Poor quality and quantity of what you paid for. What was it? It was bad and it was less. What was that thing you paid for? Mwaro, Mary. Yes, Mary. A meal. Wow. Ulipewa chakula kidogo na umetoa pesa nyingi. Mary, what was it? Mary, talk to us. Any experience that made you unhappy? Now, as you are thinking about that key area, I believe all of you have had experiences. I'll place for you an assignment. You give us, you narrate for us. You are actually a journal. I'll post a journal right there on chapter 10 so that you can be able to write for us your experience and how you handle it. And whether you went back to that service point or not. So you will give us your story. A journal is where you can write anything. So I'll upload a journal there so that each one of you can give us their experience as far as you as a customer was concerned. So methods of soliciting for customers' complaints or compliments. Methods of soliciting for customers' complaints or compliments. Here we are talking about how to extract compliment from customers. Many cases, organizations have used these key methods, and that one of them is through the use of questionnaires. Companies would give maybe physical or questionnaires or online questionnaires, which can be used to collect data from customers. So these ones are very important methods that companies can use to get data. Questionnaires you can be given to fill. I believe at the university you have ever been given questionnaires to fill. And of course, some of you work in the hospitality who train to be in hospitality industry, that is in restaurant. At times you would give customers questionnaires to evaluate their experience with the meal, for example. And this is a very common method. We have toll-free lines. So what you need to do with all this is that you need to tell us what are the advantages and disadvantages of this method. So that's something that I will set you a place as an assignment so that you can put the advantages and disadvantages. So 2 areas, a journal and assignment. So you'll find them uploaded on the page. Now, toll-free lines are those lines that you don't pay for. They don't charge you when you are calling. Like when you call 100 for Safaricom, you don't pay. They don't charge you for it. And any other company that has got a line where you can dial for free and then air your complaint. Now, what you will be able to tell us, how are they useful and what are some of the advantages and disadvantages? So what you find that is toll-free lines have been used a lot by businesses as a way of soliciting for customers' feedback. Another is suggestion boxes, which you normally see at service points in organizations, where one can put their suggestion there, can put their complaints there, or any issue that may affect them. We also have customer care desks. Customer care desk is a desk that has got a customer service personnel who is there always to receive customers and to talk to them. Essentially, customer can also lay their complaints or their suggestion with that particular person right at the counter. Then we have complaints and compliment register. These are registers or a book that is set aside, or mostly in strategic places where someone can register their complaints or their compliments in the organization. That's a very important tool for collecting such information. Then also we have follow-up messages. Follow-up messages are normally messages sent to the customer after they have purchased the product or after they have engaged with the company. It can be an email, it can be an SMS or social media message, or it can be a letter to just inquire about their experience, whether they were happy with the product, or maybe to suggest for them new businesses, or to ask them to give a feedback. Then, of course, use of direct or telephone or personal interview. Direct or telephone personal interviews. This is where you can call somebody on phone and ask them, what was your experience? What did you like? What did you not like? Is the product meeting your expectation? Or you can talk to one-on-one and ask them about the experience. So all these are ways of soliciting for collecting feedback from customers. Now, your task is here. Yes, outline the advantages and disadvantages of all these methods. I'm going to post it on as an assignment, so you can do those advantages and disadvantages, and you'll upload your answers there and then. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
Very good. Now, a question for everyone. State 5 ways in which a business can achieve customer satisfaction and loyalty. State 5 ways in which a business can achieve customer satisfaction or loyalty. How can a business achieve customer satisfaction or customer loyalty? Let me hear the contributions. How can a business achieve customer satisfaction or customer loyalty? Let me hear your contributions. Employee satisfaction is a priority. How can a business achieve customer satisfaction or loyalty? Let me hear your contributions as I make customer satisfaction a priority. Yes. Yes, prioritize customers' needs, yeah? What else? What else? Make customers. What do you think? Providing incentives, giving customers incentives when purchasing, or to encourage them to use that particular service. What do you think? What do you think? Let me hear more additions. What about developing a customer service culture? Developing a customer service culture. There is a culture that supports customer service, that is in the veins of the organization to always support customer service. Then we can also say that provide multiple channels of customer support. Provide multiple channels of customer support. Provide multiple channels of customer support. Yeah, so you'll be able to act on them, on those questions as quickly as possible. Otherwise, is there any question? Any questions? Yes, you treat customer the way you'd like them to. Treat customers well, that is good. Provide quality products. These are important additions from so if no questions, you can just go to the portal and check a few things that I will add there so that we can be able to be on the good side.